Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, ponies, even cats, and the fish. Welcome to the fish. Guess what? It's back. Mostly Walking. It's 2019. Yeah, we did it. I'm Sean Plott.
2019.
Yeah. I want to do an old school intro. I'm Sean Plott. Yeah.
I'm Lee Grainer.
And I'm Sean Bouchard. I'm Sean Bouchard for the last time.
Oh my God. Okay.
No.
Hey, Seanbo. Why is that so?
I'm getting hitched next week.
Damn.
Marriage. Are you
incredible.
doing a name change?
Yeah. Yep. We're gonna we are adopting our own last name. So starting after next week, I will be Sean Bloom.
Shit.
Wait,
No
what?
way.
Oh my God! Like, is it
That's
like
so cool.
So neither of your last names is Bloom. You're just making a Bloom name.
Right. Yeah. But both of our names start with a B and have O's in them, and so we talked a lot about like we wanted to do this. We wanted to like start a new family, like and have a new name.
Yes.
And we talked about we discussed it for a long time. And Bloom is sort of personally meaningful to us, and it also is sort of nicely poetic about a relationship growing, and so it preserves our last initials, so we really like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's exactly one issue that I see. I don't know why I hit the X so Swedishly. There's exactly one issue that I see there, which is that I call you Seanbo, so now I'm gonna have to call you Seanblo.
Seanblo, yeah.
Like John Blow.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, I didn't even think about that.
You could call him Sean Blow.
The association. Well, so I am actually.
Seanblo.
I'm going to adopt. I'm taking my last name and making it my middle name. So I will be Sean Bouchard Bloom.
That's
Seanbo will still be technically accurate.
That's true. It'll be more. If anything, it'll be more like laddish to call you like Seanbo. Like.
Yeah. I'm a Seanbo, Shard Bloom, right? It has like a cadence
Laddish, I
to
think,
it.
is what we go for. Yeah.
Jesus, there's so many. It's so many name changes in the Mostly Walking canon here.
I
know,
think
right?
I feel like a pioneer just sitting here and doing fucking nothing. Yeah.
There you go.
Although I really like my name. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You have a good name. It's a good name.
Well, but it's also it's a weird thing taken together because my full name is Sean St. Michael Plott, and the St. Michael is one word. Yet on all my passports and driver's license, it's been split into two words, and I don't know what to do about that. So I actually don't know how my middle name is officially spelled in governmental records. So I elect to spell it as one continuous thing, Sean St. Michael Plott. All right, so that's a little weird there, but also Sean Plott is such a brief word, and then all of a sudden Saint Michael. It's like the person at the party. It's like pushing the cronies out of the way.
It is. Yeah, it sounds like a bit. It sounds like you're doing a bit.
Yeah, but
fantastic.
I'm literally living my life is what I'm doing.
That's great. Wow.
That's
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, dude, Seanbo Blow. I want to just say,
to celebrate. Oh, go on.
I just want to say congrats, and I'm gonna be there next week. I'm actually, for any of you who don't know, I'm gone next Friday because I'm traveling. I also booked all my travel for the wrong dates, and they're fixed now. But I'm very grateful that I had a little thing in the back of my head that's like, I don't think people get married on Fridays. And get this, because if you screw up dates in the city, in San Francisco, if you're like, I booked the wrong hotel dates, they're just like, well, we can't book you anymore, and we're canceling your other room, and we've actually already sold it to someone else. But I mean, like, I call up the hotel people where Sean's getting married, and I was like, I booked the wrong dates. They're like, what dates did you want to book? And I told them, and they went, great. And I was like, I feel like there's more. I feel like there's more stuff to happen. It's like saying, I want to be a millionaire. And someone goes, great, done. And I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of steps that are going to happen. So,
are you, did you book at the hotel with the special block rate?
The recommended hotel?
Oh, shit. So we can just run around the hallways in the hotel?
Oh.
Long into the night?
Oh, I didn't, like,
You're gonna be a wrecking crew. Oh my
This
god.
is gonna be like a dormitory again.
It's BloomCon. It's BloomCon 19.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Lord.
we in a moment are going to be playing. Don't forget our Esports Dream, the visual novel made by the excellent Team 11, including Shindigs, who's hanging out in chat and is on an airplane. A lot of suffixes to Shindig's present tense identity. But, you know, I haven't seen either of you in like a month now.
I know.
Dude, Lee, how the hell have you been? How are your holidays?
Let's walk it back here. This minute, I'm opening a Kavalan. Oh, maybe this is. Is this? This might actually be like on brand here. This is from.
In Esports Pro.
Wait, yeah.
Shit. What country is this from?
Esportsylvania?
It's not China. Where's this from?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Oh,
Don't help him. Don't help him.
Taiwan. It's not from. Oh, it's Taiwan. It says Kavalan, pure Taiwan. So it's not Korea, but you know, close enough.
Well,
I'm sure that's all just it's all basically the same.
Taiwan does have a big StarCraft scene though, so.
Oh, it
so
does?
far so good.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, good. This is not actually as of last month, but I realized I had never done like a show and tell of this thing that I hype up all the time because I'm like a Medici now. I commissioned this art. This is
really.
Oh, that's so good.
This is from Breath of the Wild. That
is rad.
Yeah,
Varuta. Yeah.
This is by Mona Robot. If you go on Twitter, her handle is Mona Robot, and she is a Mexican artist who does monsters in a Mayan style, and that's a big piece. But you can also get a Twitter avatar of your name spelled in Mayan, which is, and it's spelled in Mayan in a square because Mayans spelled things. Their language is like a word is a square with like shapes inside the square. So it's pretty rad.
It's kind of like syllables in Korean, in Hangul.
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's a great way for me to learn. Yeah, exactly how you create objects in C++, right? You just, it's all, this is a square, yeah.
In its squares, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, more or less accurate.
Okay, so you showed a little commission. Did this happen in the last month while you had the time off?
No. This happened probably 6 months ago. That's why. So it's not temporally relevant. I'll give you a very short rundown. I traveled up to Montreal to do my French Canadian business up there. That I keep very sort of under wraps and top secret. Just import export. The usual, that kind of thing. It's illegal maple syrup, actually, but don't. And then I went to Minnesota. I went to see the parents. And I got really sick for 24 hours. Because I got a stomach flu, yeah. I had it coming out of both ends. Total reset. That's
great. No, you did a cleanse. You did a forced cleanse.
Yeah, forced cleanse, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick people were the original dieters. That's what I learned.
They really were. All the toxins.
I have a blog. Yeah. And so it sounds you just kind of did like the traditional.
Yeah, just made the rounds.
That's great.
Yeah, had some good old fashioned Christmas. The real thing is, every year I try to get in at least 2 Christmases. I think this year I got maybe 2.5, so that's cool.
Okay.
Is it
how do you accomplish this?
Is it like the chosen family and the family of origin? Like, yeah.
Sort of. I have what I would call a chosen extended family at this point. So, but yeah, it's because my brother and his significant otter were traveling to Rochester on the 27th for a late Rochester family Christmas. So then I had to either hang out in San Francisco on Christmas Day on my own, which seemed very like cinematic, but not something I was very interested in. So then I
yeah.
you know, took it as an opportunity to go get my Christmas on in up in the north. They have good Christmas there.
They do.
They actually play Christmas music outside on the street, like from fucking like government speakers, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like this feels like I was like, maybe America is losing our war on Christmas. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And I talked to this Muslim guy, and I was like, you know, this would never fly in the States. And he was like, why? I was like, well, what if you're not Christian? And he's like, I'm not Christian. And I'm like, you don't have to live like this.
Well, that's great. You got all sorts of multi-Christmas, and how is it? How is the Faluvin? Which is not good. The name of the whiskey, but it is how you say thank you in Gelfling. Pod people, excuse me.
Okay, good, yeah.
It's Kavalan. It's good. It's fairly sweet. A little, you know.
Oh, that's great.
I would never have thought to go to the Orient for whiskey. You know, the Orient. I think it's called that because you use
orient in that direction.
Yeah, you create your.
Of course. No, that obviously makes sense.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, I gotta ask Shambo, like, in terms of your Christmas experience, did you do anything great in the last month?
I
yes,
mean,
step one is bury your face in your hands.
Have I? That's the question. The last month has been kind of a blur. There's a lot of wedding prep. But I started playing Pokemon Go again because we got Let's Go Eevee for Christmas and played hooky on some of the wedding planning stuff to do some Pokemon Switch, and then I got into Pokemon Go again, and now I'm walking around with my stupid cell phone out, catching Pokemon everywhere I go.
That's really great because as a professor. Yeah, professor at USC, you know, it's like you talk about games, you're like, all right, let's go on the street to get some coffee, and I'm going to try to catch a Mardkip, or whatever the...
Yeah, exactly, 100% exactly that.
Man.
So can you, like, in one sentence, can you explain what the hell Pokemon Let's Go is? Because I bought it.
It is, okay, so,
what it is.
I mean, I'm not the person to do this, because this is my first Pokemon game, but... Okay. It is a remake of Pokemon Red Blue, the original first generation Pokemon, that is in 3D. And instead of starting with one of the original 3 characters, you start with either Pikachu or Eevee. And
there is the same thing as Let's Go Pikachu?
It's the same as Let's Go Pikachu.
You just get you have an Eevee instead.
Yeah, you just have a different starter. But as far as I understand, and they changed the mechanic for catching Pokemon to be more like Pokemon Go, and you only do battles when you do battles. You don't battle against wild Pokemon. But other than that, I think it's a pretty beat for beat remake of Red Blue.
Huh. And does it tie in somehow to your weird Nintendo online profile on the Nintendo profile online store?
Well, I don't know about that. You can connect it to your Pokemon Company Pokemon Go account and transfer Pokemon from your cell phone to your Switch. That is a thing that you can do.
Can I go down the street to Niantic's office here in San Francisco and demand extra Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, man. You just wander around outside, and they actually have it falling out of the windows of the office.
Oh yeah. Can I give you a little bit of very interesting San Francisco tidbit trivia about Niantic?
Yes, sure, absolutely. You this is the whole point of this show. Like we're supposed to play a game at some point, but I'm just so happy to see you guys. Look, before you say your thing, I spend so much of my day, obviously right here doing the stream, and then when I'm done, I'm like, all right, cool. And then I keep playing games on this computer, or I go watch Korean dramas on the television. But I'm in this area a lot, and I don't actually see a lot of different people. just generally. It's generally like, you know, a weekend thing with a friend here or there. But like you two fine folk. Oh my god, I'm drooling. I've seen you like most weeks for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
And
it's weird, right?
I'm just so delighted to be friends with you guys. You're both so wonderful. Yes.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, like it was 7:30. It was 6:30, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see the dudes again. See them, then I'm gonna see both of you next week when we're pissing in the halls of the hotel, drunk, causing chaos."
We're gonna be so tall. We're gonna be so tall.
Oh, it's gonna be a tall time.
All night.
Yeah, we're like all three of us are tall. To all of you wondering in chat, we're very tall.
Pretty tall.
Lee, you were sharing Niantic facts.
Okay, so here's the thing. Niantic, right? They do location-based stuff.
They do.
Here's the deal. Their like little storefront is down somewhere by Market on the east sort of part of the city, and their logo is a ship being held up by a balloon, right? Like it's like a kind of airship. Mm-hmm. The Niantic was a hotel in San Francisco. Remarkable because it was also the name of the ship that the hotel was created on top of, because back in the day when they had boats in the harbor that they didn't want anymore, they just filled up over them. So the bottom part, the basement of the Niantic Hotel was a ship. And
is it still like? I mean, is it on a wharf, or does it now have some sort of foundation?
It's like in the city, like So if you go down to that east,
it's not okay.
If you go to like the east part of the city, they have these like sort of inlays on the sidewalk that I never knew what they were, because they were all just sort of these weird shapes. Those are the outlines of where the ships are under you in the ground.
Yeah, like there's this great podcast, 99% Invisible, that did a whole piece about how all of East San Francisco is just fake land. It's manufactured land. There's some phrase for it about like land that was not there that they just piled stuff onto. And you know, there's like a whole bunch of ships that basically ported, or that docked and just stayed docked and were like turned into restaurants and hotels and stuff like that. And then there was, you know, this huge fire and they all burnt down and they just sunk and they just kept building on top of it. And like, you know, so there's just like piles of stuff. So apparently the BART, when you go through the Embarcadero stop, I think if I'm remembering this correctly, they actually bored a hole through a ship.
Oh my god.
No fucking way.
Yeah, so you like
That's
go through
so
a ship.
Wild.
They were just like, it's like fucking like, it's like a Mario Kart level down there. It's just like you're going into shit. There's fucking ghosts. They were like, how do we maximize ghosts in this on this train?
Yeah, like if ghosts are real, we're definitely screwed, and I want to test that.
So good.
Yeah.
Or they're like, when archaeologists rediscover this, it's gonna be fucking rad. Like they're just, that was their primary concern. It's just like when you dig here, you're gonna lose your shit. You're not gonna know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like in Minecraft, right? We should label the whole thing with warnings. Don't dig straight down.
Yeah. I actually think that this is exactly how Dark Souls happens, because in that there's just ruins on top of ruins on top of ruins, and they all have really cool bosses.
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
So I want to share like real briefly my winter break. Super simple.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
I did nothing. I didn't do anything.
Good.
I sat there. And actually, for 2 weeks, I tried to do stuff, couldn't do it. I was sleeping like 13 hours a day, getting up and like, I'm so exhausted, and like drink some coffee and like spike for 20 minutes, and then just like sit there and like let basic television entertainment just wash over my face. Like I watched like 50 episodes of Jeopardy, like so much Jeopardy. And twice an episode, I would be able to name one thing in the $200 category. Like not storyline driven. I actually think that Jeopardy is like the original Reddit for old people, right? Like you just turn it on and it's just like, here's a fact, here's a fact, here's a fact, here's a fact. And then when you're done, you're just like, oh, I don't have anything to say, but like my brain is like way overstimulated. And the pace of it's like really crisp. And Alex Trebek is supremely awkward and gives absolutely no fucks at all. That was it. So I'm feeling happy and rested, and I think that there's too much pressure to do stuff in the 2019s and the 2018s. Just like everything's about getting maximum productivity out of every hour, and I just love doing nothing.
Yeah,
so great, so good, man.
Yeah, grab that bull by the horns and just sit on it. It's not jumping.
Just sit on that bull.
Sit on that bull.
Mm-hmm.
Just lackadaisically.
Hey, do you want to play some esports streams?
I wouldn't forget this for $1 million. Is this going to do that thing where when we're done playing it again tonight, I'm just going to want to stay up playing StarCraft?
Sure hope so.
Okay.
So
let's build some barracks. Oh, go ahead.
So I want to briefly explain what this game is. So Lee, this is a visual novel where we play as Bolt, a sort of B-teamer practice partner for a pro team in South Korea for Brood War during the big boom in South Korea. And we get booted from the team because we're not showing results. Yeah. And so we meet up with an old friend who... Shambo, do you remember her name?
I don't remember her name.
Probably like Scarlet. I'm guessing it's like Scarlet, something like that.
No, I don't remember it.
It's always some. It's always named Scarlet, and she has like red hair. Like every time.
It's always named after a color.
Yeah, you have to be named after your hair color.
Oh, her name's Jet. Which great, Jet Black. Perfect.
Jet.
You're on point.
Okay, cool. See?
Yeah.
Right?
So Jet and I sort of reminisced about the old times. About like, is it possible for us to, maybe we should give up on this esports dream and move on with our lives. And we just hit the point where they agreed that they were going to be practicing a shitload to become good again.
Sounds like a good way to remember your esports dream.
We last played this almost precisely 1 month ago.
Wait, we have like... Did that say that we have like 36 autosaves?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just filled them all up.
I don't understand what this means here.
So we currently live in...
this tiny little room.
Yeah, it's a type of housing that's meant for college students or like, if you're recently divorced or someone who's like struggling, or for you it's like, your transitional period where you're like, man, you know what? I don't have anywhere to go, so I guess I'll just go to my, I think it's called a Gojuan.
Yeah, and I just also want to point out again that my favorite thing about this is the prevalence in each of these rooms of the shower. Like, look at that. It's got top billing there. It
is super there.
Yeah.
I would totally not mind living in a room like this.
It would be pretty good for
Sean says living
esports.
In a really comfortable apartment. I don't know why I would say listen.
I would live in a room like that if and then you just, the city is your living room. Except that probably there's not a lot of room out there either if you're if you're in, where are they? The Seoul? They're in Seoul? Mm-hmm. Seoul?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Seoul. Probably not a lot of room in Seoul.
All right, so I will start off doing the voice acting with Bolt, and Lee and Shambo, you get to jump in as needed. Okay. I spend another morning as an outsider in my own room. Brief consideration of returning to my parents' place ends when I notice my pained face in the mirror. The chance of interacting with them comes with the chance of them discovering my situation. There's no way I'm going to give them that satisfaction.
Oh, deceit.
His parents just hate him.
I brought very little when I moved into the CHB Renown team house. The CHB Renown is obviously the team that had a team house. Haha. The contents of my single cardboard box reflects that. My parents were always preoccupied with what they owned or could own. At the time, I was glad to be free of that. A knock sounds at my door. I don't remember telling Jet where exactly I was living. Yes? That's us, Bolt.
No, that's Bolt.
Hi.
Oh, okay, Lee's unit, great. Hello?
I need to print something and I can't get the printer to work. Can you help?
Sorry to hear that. You should probably ask the landlady. I think her room is on the first floor.
I did. She's not there, or if she's there, she won't answer the door. Please, I have to print this essay or I'm dead.
This is an amazing reading.
Dead. Will you at least take a look?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was more text coming. I thought it was just really, and I just hit that one. Fine, show me. She leads me down the hallway to the right, the opposite way from the stairwell. We emerge in a shared common area fit with the kitchen, washing machines, and other standard necessities. Among them is the printer in question, open to reveal its guts.
Oh, printer guts.
Here, I can't make it work. It is paper. It is ink. I don't know the issue.
You're printing from a PC in your room, I'm guessing? Which printer are you sending it to? I'm supposed to read this, everyone. I dropped the ball. I'll admit it. I'm sorry, and I apologize. I point out the brand on the side of the machine. She squints forward and tilts her head to read it.
That's not PDF. Should it be on a different floor? Wait, is this a print to PDF joke?
It's all I can do to keep from smashing my palm against my forehead. That option may be in English, but that's no excuse for a Korean high schooler. I quickly fill her in on her mistake. If she feels any embarrassment, she veils it well.
Oh, 1 second.
She steps down the hall and into the door adjacent to mine. Less than a minute later, the printer grinds to life and spews a half-dozen pages on post-war histoire. It's well written and researched as far as high school history papers go. She returns
You're reading through it?
Oh, of course, dude. Let me tell you, that's one of my favorite things to do. You go to a Kinko's, stand by all the printers, and the stuff comes out. You just pick the pages up and go, what do we have here?
Damn.
Don't Kinko's shame me.
Are you bad with computers?
Not at all. I'm extremely online, actually. I'm just tired, I think.
It'll be over before you know it. That all you needed, yeah?
Online intensifies. Yeah. Thank you for helping me. I'm Yuna.
Sunghwan, I recognize that uniform. You're a high schooler?
You're not.
No, I graduated last year.
Then why are you here?
Why are you?
Hey! Sorry, never mind.
I take her up on the tacit offer not to explain my situation. I prefer that as few people as possible to know that the Protoss player Bolt was kicked from his team, at least until I'm back on...
The Protoss player Bolt.
Yeah, listen until I'm back on a KPGA squad. That's Korean Pro Game Association.
Yeah.
She wanders away after we share farewell, her papers held together messily under her arm. One good deed done for the day. Time to spend the rest of it grinding StarCraft.
Can you just take a screen cap of that and put it as your... Oh my god! Look at this emoji! Huh? Oh wait, I thought this was an emoji for a second. Shit. How am I gonna... How am I even ever gonna...
No.
I can't show you it.
Oh my god, you look like such a Luddite right now. You're like trying to hold a bottle up to a webcam saying, look at this emoji. That's so good.
Oh my god.
The camera won't focus. It wants it sharpened
see
on
it,
your
right?
beautiful face.
It looks a little like a face, huh?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
I see.
Like
it's
an
like
angry face?
Yeah, there's like a smile, and then it's
like a disapproving...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Actually a picture of a little buggy.
Yeah.
But I looked at it and I thought it was like an angry eyes. Huh. Sorry, that was kind of a non-event. I think we can continue on our game.
No, I think it's important. Like I like to be, archaeologists of jokes, where sometimes we just dig in the sand for weeks and find no results at all. You know?
Oh my God! Purified 100 just did it. Yes, that's it. That's it.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. It's capital O tilde capital O. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah.
Oh.
So
also,
Minso.
just a shout out to that Mega Man 2 poster in the background there. That's a good one.
Oh wow!
Oh
right.
damn!
Yeah, right here. That is actually the original art for Mega Man 2 on the Nintendo. That is so good.
Also,
that's
the what do you call it? The obscene clock that they had to blur.
I mean, time is actually copyright. It's had to blur that out.
It's too hot for TV.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Minso won't be at the PC Bong until after school's out, but I might be able to find Chaeyoung. I pop my head through the door and peek inside to find Golden Zone Fire, mostly empty, with no sign of Jet. Maybe I'll grab an early lunch and find her when I return. Yeah. But before I can leave, a voice within the cafe calls for my attention.
Young man, come here for a moment.
When I turn, I see the clerk beckoning for me from behind the counter. It's only after a pause that I take a few steps in his direction, with my hands buried in the pockets of my sweatshirt.
You and that redhead girl are pro gamers, aren't you?
Who told you that?
Those brightly colored jackets and the hammering you do to my keyboards. You did just now.
Detective.
What are two programmers doing in a PC bong? Don't you have a practice house or wherever else the Chaebol have you working from?
So a Chaebol are like the these are like the giant mega companies, something like Samsung.
Oh shit.
So like, if you watch Korean dramas, the main character is often the son of a powerful CEO or is in a position of great power. Like South Korea is really into the literary significance of chaebol. So,
gotcha. So what does this have to do with pro gaming?
Often large companies would sponsor pro gaming team. So like South Korea Telecom, SKT, actually still has a pro team called SKT1. KTF, Korea Telecom, also had another one.
Wow. Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right.
KTF Magicians. So it's just like, well, yeah, don't they...
Yeah.
Aren't they going to put you up somewhere?
On the contrary, she's a former pro gamer, not currently on a team. As for me, I'm in the same boat. So you're a bit off with that assumption, Smokes.
That ain't my name.
It says Smokes right there.
It is your name.
Oh.
And I get it. Good luck to you both.
Your cafe is just a random pick. You don't need to get involved with us.
Oh, damn.
Story 4 of you. Just don't do anything that'll cost me any money or time, and that's a deal. Speaking of, if your friend hits another one of my paying customers with a keyboard, you two are done for.
Oh yeah, so Jet, so Lee Jet would scam people, would convince them to play against her cute friend who would not be playing. It would be Jet playing, and Jet, she would crush it.
Oh yes, I was here. Oh, I was here.
What?
Yeah, I thought you were explaining it. I thought you were doing a very rare, mostly walking catch up for the viewers.
Recap, because it's been a month.
Wait.
But no, I was
yeah, I think we were all here for the
we
last
were all here.
one.
Wait, I'm a fucking moron.
Were you here? Sean,
no, I don't think I was here.
There was a couple.
I don't think I'm currently here.
There was one episode near that time when I wasn't there. In fact, I think we each had kind of. I think Seanbo and I each had like some episodes on and off around that.
Yeah,
Sean, you weren't the one. You were the one who wasn't
I missed the first episode of this. Is that the only? Was there only one episode?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this before.
I remember it was Lee and I, and then the following week it was going to be just Sean and I, but then I couldn't make it, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you're explaining to me, but I actually watched it.
Okay. That
so,
makes more sense.
So I am up on what happened.
Well, I actually am bold, so wow, there's a lot of new information coming out in this conversation. Wow, I think we've all been a little confused. Well, let me tell you something. Seanbo, you are going to be the very next, and also for the first time for you'll be voice acting in this game, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Okay, let's make it work. All right.
You're lucky those Q-sends are cheap and that I don't involve myself with police.
Right then. I'm gonna... Sean, you're Jet.
You're here early.
Jet brushes past me and slaps a card onto the clerk's counter. Smokes takes it for a scan and throws me a stern look when Chaeyoung turns away. Once her time's added, I follow her to our setups. Got nowhere else to be.
That's a depressing answer to that.
All right, Sean, you're also going to be Minso.
I'll be Minso. Okay.
Minso Hart.
Minso Hart. Is this all we have for today?
Besides Ben and myself, the classroom is totally empty. He stares up at me, annoyed. Probably because I told him I was bringing snacks today. Who's Ben?
Lee?
What's Ben?
There's no food, is there? Who is Ben?
I don't know.
Ben.
I think this is a flashback. I think this maybe is a flashback to like high school or something.
Oh yeah, where the hell are we?
My God, we're in a classroom.
Wait, whose high school are we flashing back to?
I don't know even. All right.
Where are Chang and Choi? Choi? Is that right?
Yeah,
even
Choi.
Jaehoon.
You just give it your best shot.
I know.
I knew it. This is a waste of time. No good players, no one to learn from, and no food. Minseo, I quit.
Ah, Bean, wait! But what about club practice?
What about club? What practice are you talking about? All you do is ramble about your favorite pro gamers week after week. Now you ask for practice? Let me guess, you want to play the fastest possible BGH customs? I'm out of here.
Oh, Jesus. That's such a good reference. Okay, so like, even when Brood War is at like its absolute peak of being played in the 2000s, like most people did not actually play 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 in serious matches. They would play on maps that like gave you near like infinite money to be able to collect, but also it would collect hyper fast. Like they hacked it so that your hatchery or your command center would spawn right next to the minerals, so you would like, collect it instantly. So that way you just get like crazy amounts of money. And so it's this really interesting thing because if you think about a professional game like Smash Melee, that's played as like serious 1-on-1s on a small set of maps. But like almost all people who played the game play it on like clowny fun party brawl mode. So this is in most modern games they don't actually encourage that. Everyone plays the same mode. League of Legends is League of Legends on all maps and that's it. So it's kind of interesting that hasn't even, I feel like, hasn't anywhere been formally explored. The idea of, like, here's the non-serious mode that, like, 99% of people play, but then here's the tough mode that the 1% of tip-top folks play, and you still look up to the top 1%, but then you just play your nonsense match.
I was thinking about this. Oh, that's right, because over the break I played Ultimate Chicken Horse. And Sean Plott, I would fucking kill to see you play that game. Because, so it is like a fun party game, but then the devs found that some people in Japan were playing it very competitively. And had formed clubs and stuff. It's a game where you're one of several cartoon animals, and you have to build... You just keep placing... It's a little like Super Meat Boy, but you're playing all at the same time. And in between runs, you keep placing more and more like little like hazards and stuff to make it harder. And you have to get to the end, but someone has to die. So it's like, it's really fucking good.
Oh my god. Yeah,
yes. Yeah. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Go, everyone.
Okay.
Go play.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Go check it out.
I know I have keys for that.
Oh, you do? Oh.
Yeah. Guess who provided them? Yeah, so like, I still need to play it. Okay, so.
It's really good. It's really good.
Oh my god, maybe we should do that on the show.
Yeah!
That'd be super fun.
Oh, yeah!
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so... Oh my god, okay, like, hey, wait, Sean, but how long are you honey mounting?
I am not... I'm having a delayed honeymoon. I'm honeymooning next year, so I'll be back after next week.
Yeah, do you want... Oh my god, dude, the week after we come back, do you want to do Mostly Walking, the non-adventure edition?
That'd be fun.
Mostly Chicken Horse?
Mostly Chicken Horse.
Can't wait. Okay, without a word, Ben rises from his desk and storms off. I reach for my backpack and fumble through my books. It's only once I'm sure that I'm alone that I pull out my trusted confidant. Oh my god.
What?
Alright,
Lee, I
since
Mutt?
Ben's...
No, Lee, yeah, alright.
Ben's gone. Lee's Mutt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Stuff Zergling. It's a Zergling, Lester. I don't think anyone else is coming. I guess that's his voice.
What if they're running late?
I think that we're actually doing the perspective of Minso right now.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
No one has time for a trivial club with the CSAT looming. Also, you overheard them call StarCraft old and frustrating.
By the way, this Zergling is the creation of a gentleman named Carbot, who does these StarCraft animations where everything is absolutely adorable. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so this actually did not exist during the time of Brood War. This is a very recent thing.
I believe in second chances.
It's time to face facts. Chaeyoung was the only reason the StarCraft Club was popular. You can't sustain it with Eggyo and snack lies. What?
You don't know that.
Yeah.
My snack lies are great.
I fling the purple plushie across the room. It bonks against a bookshelf and plops to the ground sadly.
Oh no, what have I done?
I rush forward and scoop up Mutt into my arms. He's not broken or torn or anything, but...
I'm sorry.
It's okay, Minso. I know how you can get. You don't have to only listen to me, you know. Why don't you consult Probe-kun?
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right, Lee, you're also Probe-kun, okay?
Oh, shit! That guy.
What do you think, Probe-kun? Am I going to be able to keep the club together?
Meow.
Oh, why do you always take Mutt's side? Oh no! Oh, I can't control my throwing impulses.
What in the hell?
Oh well, a visit with Chaeyoung and Sungwon will cheer me up. Golden Zone Fire isn't too far from my school.
Oh, she's still in high school.
Isn't that sad?
I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, the Golden Zone Fire isn't too far from my school. I wouldn't mind the walk, even if it was. It's not like I have anything else to do except study for tests that everyone says will single-handedly determine my future. It'd be so cool if you could just study StarCraft in school, but I'd probably make a bad grade. Heh.
I made a bad grade the other day.
Jet is amazing. She cruised through school and pro gaming at the same time. I never saw her study either, which means she must have aced everything without trying. Bold too. Pro gamers are so cool. Ah, I wish I was talented like them.
Right there.
All right, Lee.
That's her.
Lee, you're every minor character who's going to show up for one scene. That's who you are.
Amazing.
Sean, you're going to play.
I'll be the character actor.
Yeah.
All right, Lee, hit me with the clanmate.
Right there. That's her. I'm gonna just do anime voices of like off-character anime voices. You know what I mean? Like those side people.
Yes, side people.
Side people, yeah. You know.
They're people that lurk around every neighborhood, always on the side. It's just such a
I know those people.
A dimensionally funny specification. I turned to find that guy from yesterday staring at me. Behind him, a bunch of guys wearing matching school uniforms. Watch on. One of them steps past the crowd to stand right in front of me. Way too close, if I'm being honest. He's really tall, so I have to stare up to look at him. Ah!
Damn.
What's your name, girlie? Juan Goon.
Oh, I see. That's his ID. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Clan Goon.
Clan Goon. Clan Crab Rangoon.
I'm Min Sao Kim. Nice to meet ya.
I spin and make my favorite pose, but not as cheerfully as I'd like to. This guy doesn't look happy to see me.
You know you're on our turf, don't you?
Oh, damn.
Turf? What's he talking about?
The soccer field is that way, if that's what you mean.
Ugh.
A few of the guys behind him laugh at my answer for some reason. After throwing a stare back to silence them, he cracks his neck and turns back to me.
Ouch.
God.
You think you're funny? Look at that face! Look at that fucking mouth.
That was an amazing face.
Oh, yeah. You think you're funny?
Sometimes.
Let's get right to the point. You cheated one of my crew in a bet match. Now you face the wrath of the Goon Clan.
Literally the Goon Clan.
Oh my god, that's so good.
I challenge you to a best of 7. It's time someone exposed you as the fraud you are. At this time, you won't be able to hide behind your little friend.
Dun-dun-dun.
No. No. No.
What'd you say?
Oh, she actually declined. She went
No.
Yeah. She hit it. She hit him with the nah.
Nah. I don't accept.
Oh my god. What do you mean you don't accept? You can't just not accept.
I don't wanna. I refuse.
The guy stares at me while the crowd behind him breaks into muffled whispers.
Walla 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 walla. Do you know who I am? I'm Juan Subgoon, Demon King of Goon, and feared by clans everywhere. I'll ruin your reputation on AC Inside.
Okay.
I love how the
You
music
won't be able
keeps
to show
stopping and
your
starting.
face online ever again. I fucking love that, actually.
Okay.
You won't be able to show your face online ever again.
Behind him, the whispers grow increasingly concerned.
Walla 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 walla.
Walla walla walla.
Rutabaga, rutabaga, rutabaga.
Whisper, whisper. You're Ducking? Just like that? It's because you know you'll lose, isn't it? Is that gesture?
It's a that's a good question.
Yeah, no, it's like I need to hear you just a little bit better, so I'm gonna need only the pinky. Also, we got a little cat. All right, so first, by the way, the way that you coax a meow out of the cat is you first give some pets to where she's feeling good. You give her some real scritches, and then you stop and she looks at you. You go, Dispy. Well, she made a noise. She went.
Coax the relocation.
Yeah. Oh God, her tail's catching the wire. All right.
Tail. It's you, Champer Damper. It's you.
Look at this.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
I turn and skip away without another word. After a block or so, I turn down the street to Golden Zone Buyer and catch the group out of the corner of my eye.
Well,
he's yelling at them. Poor guys.
Poor guys.
So that's what happens if a StarCraft bully comes to bully you.
I'm here.
Minso makes her arrival known the instant she steps through the door. I can only spare a half-second look given the preparation I still need to make for Jet's imminent attack.
Ew.
I sense her presence behind my left shoulder, and then my right.
Ooh, who's winning?
Me. Oh, wait, no, Sean, you're also Jet.
Oh, I'm also Jet.
Yeah, you're the main characters.
Alright.
So she thinks. A moment later, I face off with an unreal number of Hydralisks.
Fucking
bad timing for a boast. I'd sniffed out her 2-base attack early enough, but her macro is simply too on point.
Oh,
she makes short work of my front line and ends the game soon after. Losing sucks, facts.
Is that like slang? Is that like something that someone says?
Yeah, no.
Facts?
You know, that losing sucks, facts.
Facts? Yeah, like, you know, it's... like, damn, I need to get more toilet paper. Facts. Like
big dick energy facts. Like
sun is 93 million miles away. Facts.
Yeah, like I don't understand this because like I don't know, maybe it's something like in Shakespearean writing, you know, it'll be like fetch my longsword, ho! But if you read it, it's just like fetch my longsword, ho. You know, and it's
That was probably an actual Shakespeare pun.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You can actually like Google "fetch my longsword ho," and I'm like well over 20% certain that's real. All right, so losing sucks facts. Why don't you just make lurkers like a normal person? Your all-ins are so unpolished.
That's
because that's what you want me to do, and that's precisely why you weren't expecting one.
Oh! Not a bad read. She shows a grin until Minso cuts between us with stars in her eyes.
Oh, Jet's so tricky. One time back in school, she told me she was going to be a vaccine concert with a college guy. But then I saw her dancing in one of the live MV's crowd shots all by herself.
Korean pop group featuring 3 female performers. Her first album, Capital S, dropped last year. Yeah.
God. You know, God bless that Pokedex.
Yeah, I know. Minso
jolts upright, realizing she may have said too much. She glances back to me with clarification.
Oh, sorry. The song was boosted. Natural. She'd dance whether or not she had a date.
Oh,
fucking boosted. Damn. Does that mean it's like a banger?
Yeah, it's a banger.
Jet sinks into her chair, doing the best she can to mask the embarrassment on her face. I should help out.
No.
I like boosted. Though I prefer panic and firefired.
Firefired.
Firefired sounds like a good song.
Oh, you like Vaccine too, someone? I can't wait for their next album next month. I love to put them on their music videos while I study.
Jet manages to regain her scowl, nose wrinkled and aimed at Minso.
Club practice is over already. Don't tell me you guys aren't going over replays like I used to force you all to. We totally are. Just today's was a rush build, so it was fast. Yeah, everyone's learning so much.
Oh my god, I got a little grumpy cat here. She's just giving me the stare down. Hi. I love this cat so much.
Good grumper.
Yeah, you're my little grumpy princess, huh? I hit the word, hit the P in princess a little hard, and she like flinched. She's like, ah! Yeah, I mean, it's just like, literally, she's just
Oh.
Staring. She's being a little stare bear. Like you just don't care. I mean, I know that this is a show about video games, but look at this cat.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, the emojis are coming in hard and fast.
Yeah.
Can we get some more? Can we get some more of those emojis?
Guys, can I see some Day Despies in the chat?
That Despies. Get those Despies.
Really? What match did you guys watch?
A sound dies in Minso's throat. Her expression frozen as the gears turn in her head. Oh my god, you guys are so great.
That Locke versus Fierce? Game 5 of the finals. Yeah. Oh, that was a great game. Fierce had such a bad start. It's crazy that he pulled off the win.
Fucking Fierce, am I right?
Fierce man.
Totally. Yes, I agree with what you're saying for sure.
That was the game where Locke proxied. That Star League final came down to a knife fight. Like that is unusual. Oh, that a Star League final came down to a knife fight like that is unusual. Oh man, that was a tough one.
Got it. That's right. What did you think about Fierce's defense from a Protoss perspective?
Generally angry and overbearing, sort of looking down on his probably entire species. Executor!
He didn't overreact, which is always a good thing, but I think he cut it too close with how he kept making probes.
He did?
Motherfucker can't get enough probes.
Didn't you just say that you watched the match at club practice?
It was smart of Locke to recognize that he had to go for a tie, so he had so much space to navigate, but the few times his Marines got isolated really hurt him.
All he needed was that final probe kill. Just one more shot. I'll admit that I was on the edge of my seat at the end there.
Look at that.
I practiced that rush with him tons of times, though that particular situation never came up. Ugh, I wish he'd won.
Fair enough. What conclusion did the club come to, Minso? Well, you know, all that stuff that Sungwon said.
Is Minso just no good at StarCraft? Is that what's going on?
That is
she's
definitely
garbage.
100%. Yeah.
Damn.
She's completely
The
garbage.
club's dead, isn't it? I'm sorry, Jet. I didn't want to tell you.
Oh my god. Minso rushes to Chaeyoung's side and wraps her arms around her. Jet puts an end to Minso's sputtering apology with a few pats.
It's really not a big deal. It is, though. I wish I'd been able to keep it together. But I'm not good enough at the game, and I'm not a great leader.
Look on the bright side. You've got the fact that you're a club leader on your transcript, but you don't have to put in real work.
Wow.
You're not helping.
Brutal.
And you've got us to teach you how to play StarCraft. Ooh. Jet raises an eyebrow. Better, but not enough to earn her approval.
Oh, that's right! Playing! Okay, what are we gonna learn today?
How about the fundamentals behind expansions? Most new players struggle with understanding that. What do you think, Jet?
Actually, yeah. Whenever we played 2v2s, she always stays on one base.
It's because one base is better. Because you know what? You can make it bigger.
Yeah.
It's hard to focus on two bases at once!
It's true.
And even harder to focus on 5.
Oh, damn!
Good thing you didn't choose Zerg.
Get shit on.
It was my second choice.
Okay then, Minso. What do you know about expansions and when to take them?
Well, most pro gamers take 3 or 4 in a normal match. It depends on the map and the matchup, too. I get the feeling that an expansion is a big risk that pays off over time. That's not a bad way of putting it. Building an expansion temporarily hurts your ability to make an army. In exchange, you can support an even larger army once the base is up and running.
It's like the Paperclips game.
Expansions dictate the game's tempo, when to attack and when to defend, are defined by moments of strengths and weaknesses, and those are often determined by base timings.
So basically, I should only take an expansion if I think I won't lose in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm sorry, this is me. I'm just really into this elevator music.
That's very good.
Ooh. Yes, sure, one way of putting it.
Okay, but this makes me wonder, if it's that hard to defend an expansion, how are people ever able to take them in the first place?
Cutting corners, exactly what children do in school.
Defender's Advantage. Is that the name of a new map?
Oh, it's just what it sounds like. The defender has the advantage against an attacker since it takes less time for their units to reach the battle. To battle.
Plus, if you're a super noob, you can rely on the fact that you can just keep sending your guys right from your barracks into death because they're right there. Just queue them up.
I don't remember. I don't think I've ever seen this map.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what map this is.
I think it's probably from SimCity, actually.
I think this is where the splines were reticulated.
Yeah.
So,
that'd be a pretty funny fucking like gag video, right? If like you just had like somebody steamrolling with their StarCraft army, like everybody else is like SimCities and like Civilization games and like City Skylines. Yeah.
Like
somebody
so
make
good.
that and then I'll retweet it.
2019.
Oh my god, dude, that's. I gotta say that is literally what social media is. It's like I didn't make this, but I'm a collection of what I've found that other people have made.
Oh god.
Yeah, because I feel like my Twitter just grew inexplicably. Or, I mean, like, well, I shouldn't say inexplicably. Obviously, it was because I was, like, doing show content, and I was like, follow me on Twitter. But, I mean, it's not like I was doing anything particularly good on Twitter. And I even, just by virtue of being in this industry, you get to talk to people who are like, listen, here's the techniques to growing a Twitter follower base. You don't actually need to make good content. You just need to go out and find other content that's viral and focus on retweeting that, And then everyone goes, oh, that's a great idea. We don't have to come up with the content. And then you have like a billion of these things coming out and just retweeting the crap out of each other, trying to make something go viral so that they can also be part of the going viral. It's so ridiculous. And then every once in a while you get someone who's like, I'm just going to make cool things. And everyone's like, follow that person. And everyone's like, and how'd you do it?
Yeah, you just, I mean, it's the meme life cycle, right? Like memes are mined out of the earth and, there's all these meme like secondary markets, but if you manage to find a meme mine with meme loads in there, you can,
meme loads.
But what I like to do is I like to sell the meme pickaxes for the meme miners, and that's how I make my meme money.
I'm shorting the meme market.
Yeah?
I really think it's a bubble. I think it's gonna burst.
Some kind of meme bubble.
Yeah,
I am straddling the meme market because I am very much so predicting that there will be meme volatility in the coming months. Yeah,
I'm very bullish on memes.
Yeah, well, one of you's bearish, one of you's bullish, right? If both of you are right at some point, I'm going to be the richest one, right? And I really like that I am physically placed in between the two of you for the purpose of this discussion. All right, perfect. So. Also, the attacker has to scout so they can, to know they can and should attack. That takes time, too.
Even if your army is a little smaller and you aren't producing quite as fast, it's still possible to win an engagement due to Defender's Advantage. I get it. And defensive structures like cannons and bunkers help lots, too, right?
No.
Yeah. Sunken colonies are absolutely necessary to defend against Terran cheeses and all-ins.
I hate the early game reserves so much. Oh god,
what's so a sunken? Is a sunken colony a tower? Is that like a Brood War tower?
Yeah, in Brood War you build a creep colony, which is a structure that spreads your creep, and you can choose to upgrade it into a spore colony that shoots the air, or a sunken colony that shoots the ground.
Oh, that's right. Were those in StarCraft originally, though?
Yeah.
Sunken colonies? Oh, okay. Because I played a lot more StarCraft than Brood War, because I'm old.
That's like one of those things that, like, I played a lot of Street Fighter 1. I never really did much past that.
Street Fighter 1.
Yeah.
I played a lot of. Oh God! Today at work on the Slack, we just kept saying things like, it was like Super Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition Turbo Hyper Fighting First Strike. Like just all that.
Turbo Hyper Fighting.
Executive produced by Jay-Z.
Yeah, no, like all the fighting game and like fan fighting game stuff is always like, you know, like Fighter Turbo 7, like overt rebuttal. That's like some weird subtitle. You know, like that.
It's like Phase 2.3 prequel.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, okay. Next thing. I'm in charge. Your natural expansion is the first one you'll take. It's called that because it's always the expansion location closest to your main base. Therefore, one you should naturally take.
Oh, yeah, I already knew that. I must be a natural.
Oh. Do you guys remember that Daigo overt rebuttal?
It was so good. Expansions contribute to most of StarCraft's intense challenge. A game where everyone is only on one base wouldn't be very strategically or mechanically deep.
Every player has limited APM and attention, so we're constantly making calls like whether to prioritize battle or reinforcements. Players who can efficiently manage 4 bases at once basically win by default against those who can't once the game goes late.
Oh.
That doesn't sound very fun. StarCraft is more exciting when it's decided by cool strategies or micro.
All right.
So that's actually a very contentious point you're making.
Yeah. It's fine if you don't want to focus on macro, at least for now, but you'll have to find your edge somewhere else.
I don't agree. She'd steamroll bad players with good macro.
She's right, of course, but it's not something that's exciting to hear about a game that Minso probably already finds daunting. Last thing, you probably know this from all the pro matches you've seen, but Zerg always wants to be up at least 1 base on Terran and Protoss. Shambo, we're low on Jet. Oh, Sean Bouchard he's not connected anymore. He's not just really caught reading something. He DC'd.
Wow.
Oh my God! What do we do?
Coming in from the tournament, I guess. GG.
Yeah, disqualification.
Let's keep going, and then when he comes back, he can rejet.
Yeah. Well, okay.
If he's not back soon. Hey,
Sean,
I'm back.
Okay, I'm back. But I lost my link to the other thing. Hold on, let me see if I can open it back up.
You have the mostly, but you lost your link to the walking.
I was gonna text you.
Yeah.
Skype just fucking crashed on me. Just like disappeared.
Of course it did. Of course it did.
Wait, I don't think Skype has ever crashed on me. I think it's failed. Like the connection has failed before, and it certainly has updated itself without my permission and made itself totally unusable, but I don't think it's actually ever crashed.
Since Zerg produces units with larvae, the more hatcheries they have, the better. Zerg units are good at establishing map control early, but generally weaker in a straight-up fight.
Protoss always also wants to expand before Terran, but not in the same way as Zerg. We can stay equal on bases as long as we establish ours first. A maxed out Terran army is usually too hard to fight if you don't already have an advantage going into the late game, so we usually take small risks early to prevent a challenging situation later.
Whoa! So much information! I'm gonna need to write it all down.
Always remember to buff your larva.
Oh God, you guys! I dropped my fiddly pen, and like as a compulsive, as a fidgeter, I need my pen. Like I need it. But I don't have it. I'm gonna go insane. Okay, we got it. Whew.
Whew. You did it.
Okay.
Wow, so much information! I need to write it all down. Minso turns around and digs through her book bag set behind her station. When she pops back, it's with a notepad in hand. That is so festively obnoxious. I love it.
That is super obnoxious.
Just gonna let it slow and then it'll be...
Seriously? Note-taking? What are we, back in high school?
Hello, Mayo.
No way! It's fun and a great way to study. You agree, don't you, Bolt?
Sure, helps you learn it the first time and gives you a resource to go back and check if you're feeling lost.
We're just discussing what note-taking is.
Exactly! That actually gives me a great idea. If you get the chance, can you write down anything you think is important for me to learn?
Yeah. I could do that for you, yeah.
That is not in character for us.
Just don't make things complicated for Sungwon. There's enough for us to keep up with as it is. Yeah.
I won't. Promise. I don't know why I just decided to read it.
I won't promise.
Yeah, actually, Sean, this is really your magnum opus, is the reading of both these girls talking to each other uninterrupted.
Most StarCraft players have the ability to read into subtle cues, some stronger than others. The casters have taken to calling it Star Sense.
I love Star Sense, a common but vague term that refers to a player's intuition of his opponent's plans, similar to Game Sense. A player with strong Star Sense is able to quickly and accurately assess his opponent's situation from what appears to be very little information, almost as if he can see the entire map.
Wow. Legend has it.
Yeah, like, there are so many great, just brand name terms from Korea. It's so good. Star Sense, baby.
It wouldn't surprise me if you could tell
oh,
when something,
my bad.
Something. That might be a good time to present one of the topics in your notes. You don't have to, but you probably should.
My Star Sense is tingling.
Yeah.
I can feel an
Wait,
expansion.
Is this a bug?
Is it a button?
It's your Star
I
Sense.
can't tell what it is. If you don't, then it'll go away on its own, and life will proceed as normal. Yeah, I think it wants you to do something with it. Oh, is it just like the index of?
Yeah, I mean it's the index of everything we've seen before.
But that's just the codex. A PC bong, pronounced. Oh, damn it! So anyway, pretty neat, right?
Oh, I'm presenting
another
topics.
topic. You can do so now. This is the book. This is the notebook that Bolt has written for Minsao.
It's a Pokedex.
Minsao. It's a Pokedex. It's her Pokedex.
Oh, I see. We open this up and we can click on something that's flashing red. And she'll give us information about it. I see. Oh my god, guys, we're learning a mechanic.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Alright, Shambo, hit me with it.
Okay, Korean Programmer Association. It's a big government-linked organization that's in charge of esports in South Korea. They're connected to everything big esport. And since StarCraft's the biggest, they deal with it a lot. If you want to play StarCraft in a big league, you have to get a pro license. The KPGA can revoke it if you're a scoundrel. You can basically think of them like the NBA or NFL in America with government ties.
It's terrifying.
They're monstrously sized these days. It's amazing seeing how much they've grown.
They're a monstrous organization, that's for sure.
KPGA is a, or not KPGA, KESPA. KESPA is the Korean Esports Association. KESPA has a sort of middling reputation in the Brood War days because, like, on one hand, they're this big, organization that helps make things happen, helps create structure, helps provide licenses, it makes it feel a little more official. But there's a lot of instances where there were, like, really weird rulings and disqualifications provided for people for, like, ridiculous reasons, and, the not being able to provide enough support for B-teamers who are earning, like, $50-100 a month or something like that. And they were B-teamers. This was not, like, a huge thing. Not meant to be, like, a huge salaried position, but it put a lot of players in a spot where they were getting housing and food and an allowance, but it sort of put them in a situation where they felt like they couldn't go anywhere else because they had enough of an allowance to do some fun activities, but not to, like, build up a savings to move on and do other things in their life. And so there's sort of, there's community sentiment of, like, okay, well, KESPA helped create the environment where match fixing happened because they were creating an incentive for people to cheat the system instead of to just have a better structure where people were taken care of financially. Because, I mean, if you're just getting paid a really nice salary, and by really nice, I mean, like, a very normal worker salary. Hell, even, like,
comfortably livable. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's actually way harder for the stakes to be high enough for you to be able to, like, throw your matches.
Right.
But if you're doing things where you're just only giving a few $100 a month, you know, these sorts of things. So there's been, I mean, I'm just giving some high-level comments, but there's been a ton of Kespa controversy for a while.
Yeah. So, anyway, pretty neat, right? If you want to present another topic, you can do so now.
Ah.
Here's... Oh, what did we just select?
We just clicked on Locke, sorry.
Locke. He's the ace on CHB Renown. After 4 years as a pro gamer, he's really good and has tons of fans. I'd say he's either the best or second best player to play StarCraft right now.
Oh, wow.
Yep, Locke strong, no argument there.
Sorry that you got cut, Sungwon. I hope you two can still be friends.
Oh.
Well...
Alright, so I'm gonna just keep doing this. She's just hitting her thing.
Sweet stuff. Okay, awesome.
Ask her about herself.
That's me! I'm in my final year of high school, and I love StarCraft. I also spend lots of time studying, but not as much as lots of my friends.
Ooh.
You study plenty, Minsao. I never bought into that CSAT hysteria, and I turned out just fine.
Yeah, not so sure that's the best advice, Jet. Alright, last thing to present.
That's Jet. She's my friend and a former pro gamer. We hang out after school. Her real name is Chaeyoung Song. I love her.
Wow.
Oh my god, Minso.
Jet drops her face in her palms, embarrassed and endeared.
Wow, Sungwon, you sure are thorough. That's everything I'm able to respond to right now.
Excellent.
It's a little weird.
No,
it's a little
okay,
weird, I gotta say.
I like, oh, okay, I guess that means we should automatically move on. Yep.
Yep. Why don't you see if you can find a few matches online, Minso? Ooh, okay. I'll totally crush my opponents with my new knowledge of expansions for sure.
With a thumbs up, Minso flies into a seat and buries her ears in a pair of headphones. If she were any closer to the screen, her nose might be touching it. That's like that scene in Videodrome where the guy's like, Alright. Jet turns away from her with a slight smile and a shake of her head.
Got a sec?
Hey, Lee, I want to hear your rendition of Jet, because Sean has literally been doing nothing but talking for like minutes upon minutes. Plenty till I find a team. This about that?
No, well, not necessarily. You know ICG.
Ooh. International Cyber Games? What about it? Oh, I know this thing. Okay, so ICG references the World Cyber Games, which was like surprisingly legit as a org for the years that it operated. And by legit, I mean it's like actually had pretty remarkable scale. So the way it worked is there would be qualifiers in all different countries around the world to be able to select some number of players to send to the international final. So, you know, it could be like just 1 or 2 or 3 players get sent. And then the finals location would be in a different city every year. So, like, the one I went to was in Singapore and San Francisco. There was also the, you know, there was one in Italy, obviously South Korea, etc., etc. But, like, a lot of Korean pros would just treat it as, like, an extra 20 grand if they got in. Because, you know, it was 20 grand for first place. And every year, a Korean got first place. Every single year, pretty much. So, you know, there were even times when there was, like, an amateur player who, due to the bracketing, there would be some upset and one of the top Korean pros would lose. And this Korean amateur would just be like, all right, cool, free 20 grand. So there was, like, this player named Ogogo, who won 2003 World Cyber Games. And... like, I've never heard of him before it, and I never heard of him again after that. He just, like, he came and went. So I'm wondering if they're going to do this. Oh.
I've been thinking about going.
What? Why?
A few reasons, one of which is to compete. if I'm not giving up on StarCraft, I should eventually try to win something, no?
Also, I just want to say, WCG was awesome because you'd have, like, a lot of qualifiers. Like, I remember in America, they had 20 qualifiers spread across the United States, which is basically like they just contacted a LAN center and got someone to organize and declare the winner of that. And then, like, all those 20 winners would get flown to the finals. So you'd actually have, like, flight and hotel accommodations to be able to then play, and it's just super cool. It's like doing like live local tournaments is the fucking best, especially when there's like an actual structure to it. And I still have not seen esports org do things like that. All right, here we go. You should be trying to find a place on a KPGA team. XSL is the only league that matters. All right, Lee, you gotta be Jet. You gotta be Jet. You can't try to pick up the pieces of the broken puzzle now. So,
more of this. You realize how closed-minded you sound when you say that, right?
We've won ICG every single year. More often than not, it's 2 Koreans in the finals. Why waste the money traveling when you can find the same level of competition at home?
Phooey. Then you're not interested?
I didn't say that. I want to scratch my little ear.
No, you just wanted another chance to spout off more Patriot Sungwon nonsense.
You can be pretty mean. Did you know that? Did you know that? Jet throws her arms up and turns away, and then back towards me so quickly that it looks like she randomly just walked in a circle.
What? You can pride yourself on our country's esports achievements once you've contributed to them. Ooh! I'm seriously sick of hearing about your crush on the KPGA.
Just then, the sound of the cafe's door slamming open earns not only mine and Chaeyoung's attention, but practically the rest of the cafe's as well. A dozen similarly dressed high school-aged guys filter up the stairs and into the cafe. They're tailed by one far taller than the rest.
There she is.
Yeah, she is. It's time for Clanmate Shambo. Clanmate Shambo and Minso Shambo. And Lee, you're Jet. Chaeyoung unzips her jacket and stretches out her right arm as she steps forward to intercept the familiar high schooler. Minso, busy with her ladder game, remains blissfully unaware.
Damn. You... Wait, Jet? From the other day? That was you? Wait a second, were you the one playing?
Yeah? Was that not clear?
Holy shit. Guys, I got to play against Jet!
The group's leader winces, somewhere between surprise and distraught. Despite the presence of a bona fide StarCraft celebrity standing before him, he shoves his clan member back and points sharply at Minso. This face.
Lee, are you still Juan?
I don't know.
Yeah, Lee, you're definitely
Juan. Dishonor to one of my clan members, and dishonor the Goon clan does not... Oh, and dishonor the Goon clan does not abide.
Your clan name is Goon? Jet throws a look my way.
Yeah.
I pull her toward me and tell her its English meaning. Wow! Oh, that's not me.
Oh my god, seriously?
Can you do the pff ha ha ha? I want to hear the way you do it.
Oh my god.
All he can do in the face of Jet's growing laughter is stare. By the time Jet's finished collecting herself, Minso spins a full circle and a half in her seat and stretches out.
Woo! I almost won, but then I noticed all my probes were dead. What'd you guys think? Oh, look, these guys again.
You! We're getting our match! Wait, that was the wrong guy.
Nope.
Then... Oh no, I just noticed something that's really going to bother me from here on out.
Now,
which is that...
really focus on what it is that's bothering you and make it abundantly clear to everyone in chat what it is.
Yeah.
The plaid on her skirt does not follow the...
Oh, yeah.
Skirt.
Yeah, no, it's a flat texture plaid.
Oh, and also same with the tie. It's the same texture.
Yep.
It's just a paint bucket.
Ooh, yowzers. Well, I might just have to close the stream.
You guys hate that, really? I kind of love that aesthetic. I'm down with that.
Goon glances first to Jet. He knows he's completely outmatched considering the skill level of anyone licensed by the KPGA, so of course he looks at me.
You then. If you aren't afraid to throw down with your Wangoon, then prove it. Defend your friend. I love how they the problem is that these bullies have forgotten how to actually just beat people up.
Yeah.
Jet laughs even louder than before, doubling.
Kick your ass in StarCraft.
Lemieux. Nobody recognizes me. Ever. Shambo?
Yeah. Oh.
No, that's Lee.
Yes, that's a great idea.
My bad.
Sung Juan, why don't you? Oh, God.
You shouldn't.
Baffled but belligerent, he takes a step towards me. And also a step towards me.
Well?
Sure, buddy. Let's make this quick. Of the many ways I could
destroy this Earth, Proxy Shuttle Reaver seems like the most fun. Let's you defend against this.
Oh, what if we lose?
This guy's name.
This guy's name, I feel like I've seen it somewhere. Oh, that's not a surprise. He's...
Shh. Let's try to enjoy this.
I finish ferrying my dragoons over the cliff, guarding his base, and move forward. This attack would be capable of testing someone like Locke. This map looks like Heartbreak Ridge. This is one of the middle spokes here. 1.
Oh, shit.
Click. 1. A. Click. Predictably, he panics, with Zealots breaking through the front to handle his tank, and Dragoons chasing down his Marines. My Reaver is free to take aim wherever it pleases. 1. Click. Click. Click.
Sorry, SCVs.
Ooh! Boom, tank down, and those SCVs are next. Boom, baby, look at me go. This is so great. 1.
I love Reavers.
Click. Click.
They're so cute.
Click. Now we're talking.
Are you clicking in meaningful places on the screen?
Yes, I can actually explain these clicks as we go through. It's so good.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but...
Oh, no, I totally will, because it's actually not that hard to explain, so... It's not like, oh, is it conceptually against the two-factory fallout to an extent? Okay, so now we're talking. With a crippled economy and lacking Goliaths for missile turrets, there's almost nothing he can do to turn this around. Let me finish defanging him, so I can have a little more fun.
Defanging!
Just one more shot. So 1 is just to select the unit. And then I'm going to move the Reaver up because the Scarabs that fire from the Reavers have the shittiest AI in the entire world. So you generally move in a certain direction, so you're getting a little distance from the SCVs, which causes the SCVs to start to move towards you, which will let them have a little bit of space for a Scarab to spawn. Because a lot of times a Scarab can spawn on the side and roll around. So you get a little bit of space, you turn, you fire, and then you get maximum damage. So now I'm just going to click the attack button, and then now that I've attacked, I'm going to get back into the shuttle. So imagine that I've now loaded myself up into a shuttle, then I hit the 1, and I'm going to probably move the shuttle this way. Yeah, great. Ah, perfect! With my reinforcements on the way, that just leaves one thing to do. Oh! What do you mean hotkeys 11 out of 9? Every time there was a time to hit a button, I hit a button. Fuck! 67 APM.
That does seem true. It does seem like you hit all those buttons.
50, what? I hit all the buttons. What's 50%? Oh my gosh, shit! You know what? I feel like, I don't think that this is actually data. I think there's just a JPEG that they're just loading the image for here. Oh. I can't believe it. This has got to be a fucking JPEG. 1 second. I need a drink. Yeah, you're telling me, Bolt. By the time I'm back from the vending machine, I see a Terran base totally destroyed behind the victory screen. Juan slams a fist on the desk and his goon clanmates stare in awe.
That's Bolt? Who'd have thought they were both pro gamers?
So, we good? After a long pause, Juan jolts upright with a snarl.
Oh no, that little brat was the one who owes us the match, not you two. Give us a game or suffer disgrace on message boards all over the internet. Love that.
Amazing. Nope.
The clan behind Juan sighs collectively, prepared to accept defeat. Defiant, he chews over an idea silently before turning back towards his crew. He whispers, then turns towards us with a grin. The rest of his clanmates share the expression.
Then you leave us no choice. Until you accept our rematch, we're turning this cafe into the headquarters of Clan Goon.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Not the
God.
Golden Truffle or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's Golden Zone Fire.
Golden Zone Fire.
The manager is gonna hate this.
Smokes.
Yeah.
At once, the goons form a line at the clerk's desk and pay for PC time, one by one. Smoke seems no more interested in the dozen or so new customers than he did in our conflict. The clan returns shortly, choosing stations that encircle our 3 setups. Shouting and table shaking reigns supreme for the next hour. We do our best to ignore their attempts to irritate us. In the middle of a close game between me and Jet, though, one of the clan members shuffles behind me.
Hey dude, she hit an expansion in the top left.
I turn and stare at him. Jet does too, though she looks more like she wants to strangle him. He runs off with a grin and throws a fist bump at another goon. Even though they're putting work... Well, yeah, nice. Even though they're putting work into intentionally annoying us, it's clear that a majority of them are having fun or playing games on their own. Screw this, let's go to another cafe. Juan barks a laugh from across the room and shakes his head at me.
Go ahead. We're happy to relocate until you meet our demands.
Who's Jet?
Lee.
Oh, you guys must truly have no lives. Don't blame us. Blame your friend. She's the one that won't give a rematch.
This is my fault.
Yeah, clearly.
Yep, 100%. Don't listen to them. I'm sure they'll eventually lose interest.
But it's really important for you and Jet to practice.
Let's get out of here. We can eat early before you have Hagwon. What's that?
Hagwon? A Korean language word for a for-profit academy prevalent in South Korea, widely known for their role as Korean schools. Hagwons actually serve several educational functions. Entrance exam prep and chess lessons alike might be offered by a Hagwon.
Interesting.
Got it.
But Minso doesn't budge. With uncharacteristic intensity, she aims a stare across the room at Juan.
If I win, you have to promise you'll leave us alone and say you're sorry.
Huh, fine. And when I win, you guys have to give this place up to Clan Goon. How's that? I mean...
You're on. This Sunday at noon. One game. Right here.
One game, game one. It's time to train. Here we go. And listen, I have 57% accuracy. I can help.
Yeah, 100%.
You sure about this,
57%.
Minso?
I'm a StarCraft player. Why should I be afraid of a challenge?
Because you suck.
The club deserves a competitor as their leader. Like you, Jet.
Yeah, but you have to get good. You have to get good first.
You have to get good, dude. Juan's grin spreads ear to ear. With a flick of his wrist, he gestures for his clanmates spread out. Or, with a flick of the wrist, he gestures for his clanmates to spread out across the cafe.
See you soon.
He turns his back and departs. When the Goon clan is gone, Chaeyoung falls into a chair and spins it towards me.
Teach her how to two-gate.
That's just an early
That's
cheesy
awesome.
rush build. Too obvious. We glance up at Minso to find her staring and mumbling at something in her hand. When she notices us, she straightens up and forces a fierce expression onto her face.
Teach me to play standard.
Not standard.
Conventional play seen in most matches of professional StarCraft. Standard play is thought of as the most competent way to play StarCraft, given its reliability and required skill. Yeah, so like, I sort of imagine like strategy is like, you know, if you graph like all the possible strategies, there's this sort of like clustered ball, and like at the center of that clustered ball is standard, right? Like.
Okay.
Or at least of winning strategies, right? Like, you can see that there's like the closer you are to the center, this is just like it's reasonable against everything. But the sort of core idea is, let's say I have a strategy that's a free win against one of your possible strategies, that's great. It's easy and it's free, but it's also a free loss against a variety of other ones. So Standard tends to be able to either make the game go on longer or have a very slight advantage against other things that are reasonable. And the more unreasonable you get, you tend to just completely crush it. Again, because it makes the game go on long. But the problem is, this is predicated on the idea of making the game go on long. All Standard play is about having a plan for like an hour. And so if you have 2 decisions to make and you're a bad player, even if you're picking randomly, you can still be right with just 2 decisions. But if you have thousands of decisions, the probability that you're making poor choices is really high. So it winds up being this weird sort of like paradox where everyone knows that playing Standard is the most correct thing to do, but it's also the most punishing if you're weak, which teaches you to want to not do it and to do something else instead. So you have to really, really, really dedicate hard to getting past those obnoxious losses where you feel like you're in a really good position, but it's so hard to just keep making these tiny little good decisions again and again and again and again and again. And so if someone plays Standard, or wants to play Standard, that's one of those like, oh, respect in choosing Standard play, huh?
Right.
Juan wasn't great, but he had basic competency throughout the early and mid game. It takes most people a few weeks to get there. Knowing that, do you still want to go for a macro win against him? Macroing is at the heart of Standard play, just building a lot of shit.
How about something that's strong and easy but isn't a cheese?
There's barely anything that fits that description. Maybe a Nexus first and a Mass Gateways? Yeah, yeah, there it is. There it is.
You'll have tomorrow and Saturday morning to practice. It's going to be a lot of work.
With you guys with me, I'm ready for it.
Good. You need to go to Hagwon soon, yeah?
Oh yeah! Time to go!
Welcome to hell. Minso hustles to collect her things before heading out. She offers us a wave and a twirl before hopping down the stairs. Looks like she's starting to take the game seriously.
I know what she's feeling right now, but to stand up for what's right, you need power. Well,
we'll give her some over the next few days. Neither of us sit back down at our stations. A pause, and we share a glance. Want to go...
do something? Sure.
The XSL round of 16 starts tonight. We could watch it someplace.
How about live? It's early enough that we can still get good seats.
Oh, well, I don't know. I scratch behind my head and glance away, but Jet's too keen. Uh-oh.
You'll have to go back eventually. The sooner the better if you're trying to keep your name out there.
Can't help but feel she's talking past me. Doesn't make it any easier. Oh, I'm Bolt and I'm sad.
It's low pressure. We'll just be there to watch, okay?
Yeah, okay. Chang and I stand shoulder to shoulder on our way up the escalator. The 6th floor of the Coex Mall awaits at the end of our ride. On top of league meetings and fan events, this is where pro gamers come for weekly one-on-one and team matches. I've probably been to this studio no less than 50 times in the past year, and not once in the past week. How long's it been for you?
A while.
Since you were on Shock T1 then, probably the
Shock T1.
SKT1. Oh.
Sports drink.
Yeah, Soccer Team sponsored by a sports drink company, Shock.
I was going to say, like, Shock T1 is considered one of the best, if not the best, drink in...
Yeah. Close. She's got to feel my stress tenfold, and to think she's convinced me. You'll get stuck signing autographs so we don't find our seats right away.
Good thing you don't have to worry about anything like that.
Oh! The relatively small arena sits about 50 or so spectators. The TV station in charge of XSL's broadcast holds league matches here up to the semi or grand finals. Huge Star League finales have been held everywhere, from concert halls to aircraft hangars with live audiences in tens of thousands. But the average everyday match takes place right here in front of a few dozen.
Any idea who's playing tonight?
I don't respond. It says searching out the answer on the massive screen ahead. Whoa! Lock stands with Coach Park near the front of the stage. He and 3 others play today to see who moves on. 2 top 8. Chaeyoung says something to me, but I don't hear it. When Locke turns his head towards the crowd, I duck toward Jet. It's Kijung. I can't believe I forgot his games were today. Oh.
Hope he's done nursing his second-place hangover.
She looks forward to catch sight of Locke, only to find he's gone backstage.
What are you so anxious for?
I have nothing but fond memories of my time on CHB Renown. I only wish they lasted longer, or that I'd have worked just a little harder, you know? For all of our ribbing, she knows when to hold back. So many feels.
Sure, yeah, I know what you mean.
That reminds me. What was it like playing on Shock T1? I heard their team house is really nice.
Huh. Well, maybe now. Back then, I'm not so sure.
I heard you even had a maid service, and everyone knows about Shock T1's special practice room. Or was that after you'd already left?
It's all ancient history. The only team house I want to think about is the one I'll be moving into when I'm signed.
I catch Jet stealing a few glances my way as spectators begin to fill up the rest of the studio. Whatever's gnawing at her eventually conquers her reticence.
Did you actually watch my games?
Uh-oh. The televised ones, of course. Even got my parents to watch with me a few times. They thought I was lying about you up until that first shot of you in the booth.
Your parents let StarCraft into the house, and I had to go and lose, huh? My bad.
Don't worry, it was more about forcing them to witness that you'd made it. An electric guitar chord washes in the crowd and puts the ribbon music to an end. Looks like it's time for the matches to start. Kijung emerges from backstage and the announcers shout his name into a chorus of cheers.
How's his TVT these days? What's TVT?
Terran versus Terran. Damn, Shambo. You, of course, are remembering all of your esports dreams today.
All those esports dreams.
Probably his worst matchup, though not by much. Believe it or not, he can be impulsive and a little stubborn. Not a good combination for a siege tank standoff. She turns away with a thoughtful expression, one I remember well from our days of figuring out builds that these days have long been standard. The game gets underway without much more fanfare. Locke's fans chant in unison as the map loads up. Locke moves on after a dominant performance. I should expect nothing less. That was a fast match. Especially for Terran.
Yeah, that was really fast.
Terran vs. Terran match. So, like, average StarCraft game, it has to be like 10, 12 minutes. And it is always increasing as players are getting better at pushing the game forward. You know, so it might be something like 14, 15 minutes. But, like, Terran vs. Terran matches would regularly go to, like, 30, 40 minutes. Like, they were just these, like, giant slugfests. Alright. There are still matches left to watch between other players, but I feel too restless to wait for them. Sorry. I'll be back. Chaeyoung's gaze follows me when I stand and brush my way past her. Aside from the occasional normal patron of the mall, the area outside the studio is mostly empty. That's good, considering where I'm headed. A hallway reserved for employees and players waits opposite the... Yeah, there's gonna be like me washing my hands. I have to like click under the faucet and like hit the soap, and it's gonna be like 57% accuracy B. I'm like, fuck! I know how to do this. A hall reserved for employees and players waits opposite the door to the studio. When two middle-aged KPGA officials emerge, I step past them like I belong. I maintain my forward pace. It's only when I stop that I'm noticed by either Coach Park or Locke. Then the adrenaline that drove me to stand at this spot sputters away.
Oh, Sungwon. Hello.
Coach?
I take it you're hard at work as usual. What brings you back here?
Sorry, I was here to watch Locke's games, and I wanted to say something since I'm here.
What are you gonna say?
Do you mind?
Something.
Sure. I'll see you at the van, Kijung.
Coach Park excuses himself with a nod. When he's gone, Locke and I are the only people standing in the hallway. The sound of the studio rumbles through the wall on my left. Sounds like the last game is getting started. Who wants to be Locke?
I didn't expect you to be here.
I forgot that you were playing today, but I'm glad I was here to see it.
That girl you're with, that's Chaeyoung's song, isn't it? Someone else might doubt your pledge to remain steadfast in this profession when they see you alongside a person like Jet.
I know what people think of her. but her drive for the game is infectious. I see what they don't. Hell, I think she's flirting with the idea of a Chinese tournament just to compete against. Oh, never mind. It's a different tournament that they were referencing. Those were referencing WCG, not WESG. It's just there's a lot of letters in esports.
Yeah.
ESPRTS.
I think she's flirting with the idea of a Chinese tournament just to compete again. Even you couldn't convince me that she doesn't belong in the league, Hyung.
Then I will trust your judgment and say no more.
Even though I'm super judgy.
Do you remember what I said to you at our team house?
Oh, Lee, I just realized that I've cut your face off.
No, that's me.
Shit.
I leaned.
No,
I was eating the mic.
See,
Hi.
Now you fit a little better. There you go.
Yeah, that's
There you
good.
go. Yeah, you're a little cozy there. You get a little comfy, Lee. Yeah. By the way I talk to my cats just slips into a regular conversation all the time. You have a green snowball.
Yeah. It's a green-blue snowball.
Wow, I have a white-blue snowball. Except it's a little
Hi.
yellow because I've had it for so long.
Yellow. You know you're a real caster when your snowball is yellow. The yellow snow.
Amen.
The yellow
Alright,
snow.
remember what I said to you
Snowball.
at the team house? Lock.
You were a good practice partner. But if you don't aspire to be more than that, then why bother? Look where it's left you. God, what a turd.
He lifts his chin as if to say, this is it.
This
the two
is
of us
it.
alone in a hallway, distant from the limelight. The day I refuse to admit my mistakes is the day I stop improving. But why did Coach Park cut me, Ki-jung? I performed well for an amateur.
You're satisfied with that? That's when you spent... That when you spent every waking hour playing or thinking about this game, you have to justify your performance? You don't need the answer to every question. What good is there in concerning yourself over what you can't change?
Oof.
I don't understand what he's saying. Is he just saying you suck real bad?
Yeah, he might be saying you're not a good dude. Yeah. Behind his glasses, I can feel his eyes soften. Pity or apology?
You work hard, Sung-Yuan. As hard as a gifted player can be expected to. But you can't let hard work justify failure. Okay. I don't understand what's your point?
His point
point
is that,
just that you suck at
Yeah.
it's that you suck. It's that you practice really hard.
But you're
And-
not any
You're
good.
just shitty. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
bad at it.
and you can't.
If you were
can't-
any good, you wouldn't have to practice that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's a grain of truth there, which is the person who's like, wow, you gave me this for, the work that you've done. This is poor quality work. And they're like, but I worked really hard on it. And it's like, I don't care how hard you work. The important thing is the result. But also, when it comes to something that is as difficult as playing StarCraft, you do have to practice for a really, 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 really long time. So it's, if someone practiced for a year and sucked, it'd be like, well, yeah, of course, you've only been playing for a year. You should suck. In fact, you're gonna suck when I talk to you in a year. You're gonna be real terrible. Like, that's, of course, it's fine. But like, Locke is just, you're not good and I'm good, so you just gotta give up. Not once have I stopped believing that we only learn what we are due. Did I read that wrong?
We only earn what we're due.
Even if we didn't, it wouldn't change a thing for you or for me. Do you dream of a championship, Sung-Hwan?
Every day, Hyung.
Then go win something. The team is waiting on me. Goodbye, Sung-Hwan. Every time you talk to him, this happens.
Yeah.
He turns, I run my hands down my face and head back towards the mall. What did I expect to come from this? I must seem like a complete tool.
Oh, it's the other guy.
Yeah.
The other guy seems like the other guy is like, he's this weird mix of doesn't make a lot of sense and sort of is very patronizing and definitely a downer.
It's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Oh wait, you're being a prick. God.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh.
What a total prick. Soon enough, the crowd filters out of the studio and back into the mall. Among them, I see a displeased Chaeyoung.
Really cool of you to leave me alone. You know how many randos came up after you left?
I want to know more about ICG.
Oh, God.
Did you hit your head or something?
No, I just thought it might be a good idea if we went.
You came to an epiphany that it's okay to face what'd you call them again? Irrelevant foreigner chobos.
Chobo.
Damn.
More like how to get on a KPGA team's radar.
Hella chocobos. But Sungwon, what about dishonorable non-Koreans polluting the sanctity of esports? Ugh, mudbloods.
It's pointless for me to respond. I give her the victory with a shrug.
It's 2 weeks from now, in China, some southern coastal city. The tournament has an open bracket alongside a few seeded invites. And it's not just StarCraft, by the way. Every popular esport, plus a few others, is at this event.
StarCraft? Warcraft 3?
Yeah. Some shooters and fighting games, too.
Killer
Whatever
Instinct?
sponsored garbage they've got this year.
Overt rebuttal. Garbage, what do you mean?
You know, some random game studio sees StarCraft and their marketing guy goes, "Oh, that could be us!" So they stick $500,000 into turning a game into an esport and fail miserably.
You can't justify your hard work with failure.
You can't justify your $500,000 with failure.
Smart sniffed. Schnur sniffed.
Yeah. Alright, jet me.
You know... Oh, he did.
Yeah. Fail miserably. Always.
FMA.
Oh, I thought that you were actually just talking. I didn't realize you were reading the dialogue. I thought you were just speaking as a lead.
That's good.
I'm an idiot. Holy shit.
Acting. FMA.
I don't know about that, no.
Well, it's good to learn the score, so you don't get screwed.
I'll be sure to turn down any shady offers to play phone games for a living then.
Damn!
You get it.
Damn.
Phone games? Play phone games for a living.
Pro pay.
Oh.
Jay Young and I went our separate ways. Don't understand why I have to play these phone games for a living, Pop.
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna plug this game. It's available on Steam, because I think that the next time we meet, we're gonna be playing Ultimate Chicken Horse. Don't forget, it's $15 on Steam, and it includes a free demo, so you should absolutely check out the shit out of it. It's so sincere and so endearing, and if you care at all about StarCraft esports, it'll super duper resonate with you.
It's pretty great,
guys. It was just so good to see you guys, and we're gonna be reunited next week as we're vomiting like into
the marriage cup,
into trash cans in the lobby of the restaurant.
Nope.
Nope.
We're just gonna, the worst we're gonna do is like toddlers. We're just gonna run up and down the hallways and be like, thump 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 thump, thump 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 thump.
That, oh my god, does that sound fun? But I'm gonna say things like, "Do you have any sparkling water?" But yeah, I'm gonna be one of those real assholes that cares about the difference between Perrier and Pellegrino.
I ordered mineral water with gas, not sparkling water without minerals.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great. Oh my god, are you excited, Sean?
Oh boy, oh boy.
They're gonna seat us at different tables.
Now, are you a weeper? Do you weep when you're at?
Oh my god, it's gonna get wet, I think.
Oh my god, dude, yeah, I'm an absolute sobber, dude. Like, I am patient zero at those fucking things, man. This is like dun 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 dun. I'm like, oh god.
We've planned a significant amount of the wedding event around like trying not to be crying at significant moments.
Wow.
Like,
oh, that's grand.
Cool.
So we'll see how it goes.
Well, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, they're gonna serve they're gonna pour us some water and it'll be like, "We require more minerals."
Do you have any mineral water?
Do you have any water with Vespine gas?
Dude, that's so great, guys. Let's end this thing. I'll see you next week, IRL, and all you folks on stream. I'm just gonna be doing a regular show next Thursday. Should playing some Magic. I'm actually doing a ton of Magic next week. And then the week after that, 3 of us are going to play Ultimate Chicken Horse, and I really want to win.
Yep.
Is it gonna?
Are we all 3 gonna play over the interbutts?
Yeah, you're gonna need to have an interbutt connection.
Yep.
And probably a controller, and we'll probably have to be friends on Steam, which I believe we are.
I think we are.
Probably.
Because we played Rocket League together. So.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we played Rocket League. Remember that.
All right, guys. Have a great night. See you later. You're all
See you later.
Great. A do do.
Spawner overlords.
Do.